Absolutely, come in. These are my crazy monsters. They're very sweet. They're very sweet. So everybody that comes in, I have to ring the chime for them. So let's ring the chime for you. Welcome.
Gala, first question. What is something that everyone gets wrong about manifesting?
People think that manifesting is just about having a vision and keeping that vision in your head all the time. But the truth is that it's your feelings that drive the speed of your manifestations. So think of, as soon as you have an idea of what you want, it drops onto a big universal conveyor belt. Your feelings are what drive the speed of that conveyor belt. So when you're feeling good, those things come to you quickly, effortlessly, easily. But when you're feeling bad or sad or not excited about life, the conveyor belt slows down and sometimes even grinds to a halt.
Gala, what's the best thing you've ever manifested?
My relationship, ding, and my closet. But I have to say my whole life is a testament to the power of manifesting, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
If someone feels stuck, what would you tell them to do?
I would say to remember that your life is a masterpiece and you're the artist. So try to zoom out from where you are and look at it objectively. Like if this was an art project, if you were messing around with it, if you were experimenting, if you were having fun, what would you do next? And a good question to ask yourself is, if I was writing the script of my life as a movie, what would I do to this main character to have the audience stand up and cheer? Can I get you something to drink? How about a Perrier Lime?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So tell me, what is the Vortex?
The Vortex isn't another program, it's not another course, it's not another book. The Vortex is a way of living. It is a lifestyle. It is about turning on all of those good feelings on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, so that you can manifest the things that you want faster. And it's really about developing a toolkit and a consistent practice that helps you feel good all the time. And I know that that might sound simplistic, but when you're in a space where you're encouraged to feel good and you're being given the tools to help you do it, man, your life changes so fast.
Okay, so what makes it different from any other manifestation program out there?
So in a lot of other programs, the focus is really on writing down what you want, having a vision of what you want, and getting clear about what you want. And obviously that's really important, because if you don't know where you're going, how are you ever going to get there? But the Vortex focus is really on embodying the way that you want to feel, not just thinking about it, not just having it live up here, but really feeling it in your body and acting as if consistently. And you're not just going to manifest love and opportunities and money and all of these amazing things, which you are, but you're going to see the world differently. You're going to change your perspective of what the world is actually about. And when you rewire your vision of life, everything is so much more different. It's like the moment in The Wizard of Oz where she steps out of the house and everything goes from black and white to Technicolor. It is literally a whole new world, and it's a beautiful place to be. The other thing I really love about the Vortex is it helps you stay in tune with that future version of yourself. So in the words of my idol RuPaul, Shantae, you stay in alignment.
So who is the Vortex really for?
It's for a few different types of people. It's for the people who have had some success with manifesting, but they keep butting up against a wall. They have an upper limit, there is a ceiling, they feel like they can get a little bit of what they want, but not all of what they want. So it's for those people. And it's for the people who feel stuck and they don't know where to go next. And it's for the people who are looking for the weirdos that really understand them. I have really built an entire business and empire around connecting weirdos, and people often call the Vortex a bestie factory, which is something I'm so proud of. And it's for people who are like, you're hungry for more, you're excited for more, and maybe you don't feel like you fit in with the people in your life or that you've known for a long time. You might be starting to outgrow them, it might be feeling uncomfortable to be with them, and so you are looking for a group that really gets you. and they're in the Vortex.
What was your aha moment when you knew you had to create this?
I've had these really interesting moments in my life where I've gone from thinking, man, I wish I could do that, to realizing, oh, I can do that. And I actually had that moment watching RuPaul's Drag Race years ago when I would watch these amazing queens in long wigs, wearing sparkly catsuits and think, man, I wish I could do that. And then one day I was watching that and I thought, I can do that. Why is it that I don't think I can do that? And when you shift from being like, oh, I wish I could, to no, bitch, you can right now, everything changes. And helping other people do that is really one of my superpowers. Helping them see what's possible, helping them have a bigger vision of what's possible for them is something that I'm really good at. And the Vortex is a place where you just keep doing that. Because if you want to keep expanding and succeeding and having new experiences, you have to keep your foot on the gas of that all the time.
Gala, what's your favorite thing in your house right now?
I have to say, my manifestation newspaper. This is on a huge light box. It's basically a tabloid of everything I'm manifesting, and it really just keeps me on track and inspired, and it's equal parts silly and serious. Like, I am waiting to be a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's fucking coming. I mark my words, and it will be the happiest day of my life.
Gala, what is something that people don't realize about working with you?
I take this work really seriously. I think it's really important work, but I don't take life seriously. And I think that the sense of humor is really important when you're shifting, because if it's just hard drudgery all the time, you're not gonna wanna do it. So I really like to mix the idea of like education and entertainment together. So you can definitely expect breakthroughs and a lot of humor and a lot of silliness and fun. I mean, if you can't tell by my outfit and my house, like, I'm here to have a good time, and that's really what I want to impart to other people too. And I think the other thing that people might think about working with me is that I expect you to be high vibe all the time. And that's definitely not the case. I know that you're gonna have days where it feels hard and you're tired and you're not into it and you're grumpy and you have PMS, but you are gonna learn through working with me how to shift really quickly. And that's what being in the Vortex is all about. It's not being about happy clappy constantly. It's about knowing how to shift quickly.
What's your most unconventional beauty tip?
Oh my God, I could talk about this all day, but the first one would be that you should use under eye lashes. They go under your lashes and they stay on all week, and they're cheap and they're amazing. I'm obsessed with them. The second tip would be to use AI for your skincare. I use this brand called, wait, what is this brand called? Proven. I use this brand called Proven, and you basically fill out a survey and it generates a customized skincare routine for you, which is absolutely amazing. And then my third tip would be, don't pick at your skin. I know it's really tempting. I have one of those kits where you can like get in there and squeeze every pore, but like it will ruin your skin. You'll have like blemishes and scars and stuff. So like just don't pick your skin.
If the Vortex had a fragrance, what would it smell like?
It would smell like my favorite perfume, which is called Gioiosa. I'm probably pronouncing that terribly. It's Italian. Oh, and it literally smells like an Italian ice cream shop when it's opening in the morning and they start like making the waffle cones. My friend Natalia got in my car the other day. She was like, it smells like an ice cream truck in here. And I was like, that is the greatest compliment ever. That's what it would smell like. It's happy, it's joyful. It actually means joyful in Italian, and there's nothing better.
What is the last thing you manifested?
My Venus retrograde shopping trips have been so legendary. There has been some Gautier, there has been some Versace, there has been this crazy Prada top that's all crystals. Like, I really did well recently. And it pays to hunt down the things that you love. You know, you may not get them at the time, but somebody eventually will get sick of them and sell them, and you can snap them up. Pro tip.
What's something that people get wrong about you?
I think people think I'm all about manifestation and mindset, and that is true, but I also have excellent taste in shoes.
If someone joins the Vortex, what's the first thing that they should expect?
They should expect a wake-up call where they're like, oh my God, I have been asleep to my magnificence for such a long time. I have not really owned my power. I haven't really experienced all of myself. And man, I think that is like one of the saddest things that can happen, is where you live, you know, a fraction of the life that's available to you because you're scared or you've been told that you have to do it this way or whatever. And it's definitely one of my great pleasures and thrills in life to be like, but what about this? And what about that? And what if we do this? Like, it's my favorite. Like, one of my best friends just got divorced, and I'm so excited. Like, it's so exciting because she now has the ability to experience who she is, date people that like are a better fit for her, and create a life that actually really turns her on rather than the life that she had been living. So that's a long way of me saying you should expect to wake up to who you really are. And sometimes that can be, guys, can you stop humping? Weasel, come here. Okay. So in conclusion, yeah, you're going to start to move differently and other people are going to notice. And that's going to be really fun. Like, you're going to really have fun learning to surf the momentum of feeling good. Like, it's truly one of the most fun things you'll ever learn to do.
What's a surprising belief you have about manifestation?
So this is maybe controversial, but you can use artificial intelligence to help you manifest really well. And it's one of the coolest features of the Vortex is we have a Vortex GPT. It's got 20 years of my material uploaded into it. It's been trained on me and my voice. And it's basically like having me as your one-to-one mentor. You can ask me anything. You can have a plan created to help you manifest things faster. You can create a morning routine. Like, literally anything that you would want to ask me, you can ask me. It is so amazing. I use AI all day long, and it is so life-changing. And even if you have no experience using these tools, we teach you how to do it. It's really, really simple. And I'm telling you, it will completely rock your fucking world.
What is something you always carry with you?
I always carry my Octo Buddy, which is like a double-sided suction thing that I put on my phone, and it helps me stick things to walls so I can film myself in a pinch, and the Vortex app.
The biggest risk that you've taken in business?
I feel like I'm always taking risks in business. I think that's a really important thing to keep it fresh. You can't just rest on your laurels because things change all the time. But the biggest risk I've taken in business was building this crazy set in my basement. And we filmed a season of Vortex Vision down here last year. It was one of the most fun experiences of my life. And it's really opened up a new way of creating and showing up. And I'm really excited to keep experimenting with that.
So you started the Vortex in 2019, but then you took a couple of years off. Why?
So I closed the Vortex at its peak because I could just feel that there was something that was meant to change or come through and transform. And I am not exaggerating when I say, like, a month, not even a month after I closed the Vortex in 2023, I met my now fiance. And by Christmas of me being 40 years old, I was engaged. And my business has shifted so much, and the way that I live has shifted so much, and so many things have like grown, and I've learned these new skills, and my manifesting has gotten real tight, and I've really just expanded myself as a person. And sometimes you sort of have to retreat from the public in order to learn those things and go through those lessons and become a really good teacher, which is what teaching is really about, right? It's like having a challenging experience and learning to transmute that so you can teach it to other people. And so around Christmas of last year, I started thinking about bringing the Vortex back. It started to be a thought in my mind. And less than a month later, I was in Hawaii on vacation, and I walked out of an elevator and this girl got in and she goes, "Oh, you're Gala, it's so nice to meet you." And I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too." And she goes, "I decided I'm gonna join the Vortex this year. It's my gift to myself." And I was gobsmacked. I was like, if the universe was trying to give me a sign or a message, that's the sign. And we are so excited to bring the Vortex back. It's so much better than it ever was. It's really tight now. It's really useful now. And I'm just really, really proud of what we're creating. It's been super fun to make. So I'm just really excited to open the doors to everybody.
What is one piece of advice you would give everyone?
Don't take life too seriously. Like, make it your mission to find things that are silly and joyful and exciting, and inject as much of that into your life as possible. Like, most people wake up thinking they have to wear like jeans and a t-shirt today. You get to wear whatever the fuck you want. You get to see your friends, you get to be silly, you get to laugh, you get to have fun, and you get to install a pole in your living room if you want to. My dogs love it when I do this.
What is one thing that you wish everyone understood about the Vortex?
The Vortex isn't about giving you more to do, more homework, more stuff, more endless classes to attend. We do teach in sprints, which are really fun because they keep the energy really high, but it's not just about constant things to do. It's less about things to do and more about how to be. It's about changing the way that you move through the world, changing your frequency in the morning before you leave the house, protecting your energy, opening yourself up to blessings, and really shifting the way that you exist in the world. And that's a huge undertaking, and it's something that is really hard to do by yourself, because as soon as you try a tool or a technique and you don't immediately see maybe a change or a switch, you might feel discouraged, but you need to be reminded to do it consistently, and you need to be surrounded by other people who are doing it too, because that's how you're gonna realize, like, oh, if I actually commit to this, if I'm devoted to this, this stuff is actually gonna work and change. And it's a really good feeling.
If someone is on the fence about joining the Vortex, what would you tell them?
I would say that sometimes we think that we should just feel courageous, and courageousness is not something that we are born with, and it's not even a feeling, it's the way that we act despite how we're feeling. We act even though we're afraid, and we take the leap even though we're afraid. And when you're someone who knows that you are destined for a bigger life, and you look at what you have and you think, like, this is great, and I know I should be really grateful, but I also know that it could be so much bigger and better than this, you might feel a fear of what it would really look like for it to be amazing. And one of the best ways to experience the opposite of that is to practice expanding your capacity to feel good. Practice receiving more. Practice believing that you can have everything that you want. And that is when things will really start to shift for you. You can make all the effort in the world, but if you don't believe that it's possible, if you don't believe you can have the things that you really want, you're gonna be kind of going off course. You're gonna go towards something you don't really want because you don't really believe you can have that. So if you are wanting to expand your life, if you are wanting to feel better about things, if you do want to live a life that when they put you in the fucking grave, you're like, man, I had a good time, then the Vortex is for you. All right, I've got magic to make. I'll see you in the Vortex. Bye.